Welcome to the Logistics Point interviews. I'm joined by Katie Shaw, who is the Chief Program Officer of Open Supply Hub. And today we're going to talk about information, collecting quality information in the supply chain, and also what Open Supply Hub is. Katie, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
I just mentioned Open Supply Hub. So can you just in the very beginning tell us what is it and what is it supposed to be in the future?
So Open Supply Hub will exist to open up global supply chain data for the benefit of all. And it will serve entire sectors. And by that, I mean all stakeholders within a sector can make use of the tool and the data within the tool, whether they're a major global company or retailer, a tiny civil society organization, a factory group, a certification, or more. And what we will be doing when we launch is focusing particularly on a range of sectors, including electronics, consumer packaged goods, sporting goods, beauty, furniture, and apparel, which is where our roots are. And we will be mapping facilities in those sectors around the world and allocating a unique ID to each of those facilities. The other thing that becomes possible is that companies can disclose their supplier lists and in doing so showcase their commitment to transparency.
What type of data are you going to collect?
So at a basic level, what we need in order to create an entity within Open Supply Hub is the name and the address of that facility. There are optional data points that can be contributed for each facility in the database, and that covers the parent company for that facility, number of workers, type of product, type of processing, and type of facility.
Are you going to rely on the company, suppliers, manufacturers, or maybe on outside sources for this?
So data will come into the hub through contributions by organizations across those various different sectors that I mentioned. So what that looks like in practice is companies and retailers, certification schemes, big multi-stakeholder initiatives, the factory groups themselves. And what will be presented for the user is who the contributor of data is for each facility in the registry. And that will enable a better understanding of which organizations are connected to different facilities around the world. And in turn, what are the shared connections at facilities? And that's the part that goes on to enable much more efficient and effective collaboration.
How do you ensure that what you receive is actually true and is up to date?
So when organizations are visibly connected to hundreds of facilities that they are sharing with this registry and saying these are the facilities in our supply chain, over time we see the quality of that data improve, in part through the deduplication algorithm that is running in the back end of our database.
You mentioned in the beginning Open Apparel Registry. Can you also give us a bit of an idea of what the registry is?
So we launched Open Apparel Registry in March 2019. So within the apparel sector, we're currently mapping just under 90,000 different facilities, and that's been contributed by over 470 different organizations from across that sector. So that's major global brands and retailers like Aldi, like Lidl, like Amazon, Target, C&A, Levi's, Adidas, the list goes on. But we've also got certification schemes contributing that data. So Fairtrade USA or an organic cotton standard called Architects. And as well as that, factory groups within the apparel sector or the big multi-stakeholder initiatives like zero discharge of hazardous chemicals. There can be hesitation around sharing supply chain data, and we haven't heard of downsides in terms of brands or retailers losing their preferred supplier base or anything like that. If anything, it's helping improve efficiencies within supply chains.
Well, Katie, thank you very much for your time, and people watching can learn more about it in the description below. Thank you.